Hi guys, I'm Neil from Spark Angels and I'm super excited today to show you my unboxing of the Amazon Studio, or the Echo Studio, or however you want to call it, which is their kind of slightly cheaper equivalent of the Apple HomePod. It's going to look similar. I saw it, I pre-ordered it about 6 weeks ago. Today is the release date. Today is the date that it drops on my lap. So and as you can see, I'm at work and I'm ready for the unboxing. Just going to do the unboxing video for you and, you know, see how far we get with our, and then what I'll do is, if you want to follow, like and subscribe to my channel, and hopefully what I'll do is, when I get a little bit more used to it in the functionality, I'll be able to show you how much more that it can do. So this is the unboxing. As you can see, my Amazon packaging's not even been touched. It's a bit ropey, but I haven't even touched it yet. It's just landed, so yeah, I'm pretty excited. I rarely pre-order anything. I think the last thing I pre-ordered that you can see on this channel was my watch, my Apple Watch, whatever gen it was, last year. So here we go, let's go for the unboxing. You see Amazon have got the festive paper out already, or the festive tape. I'm using the world's bluntest scissors. Probably could have been better if I'd used a blunt guinea pig to do this, but they're all in use. There we go. Pretty standard Amazon packaging. It's quite interesting because I was on a phone call when this arrived, and the first thing I knew of it was when my email popped up to say that now that your Amazon Studios arrived, here's how to set it up. And that's how I knew it was here, even before it actually got to me. And I did think to myself, I'm actually going to try to not knock the table, because then my camera wobbles everywhere. So that went straight out the window. So here we go. We have a box in a box, pretty Amazon-esque. Let's have a look at what we've got. It's pretty heavy actually. I would probably estimate that to be a good couple of bags of sugar, maybe a couple of kilos. So it'd be interesting to see what the spec is. We've got the part number on there, and we've got the serial number, I believe. Yeah, there's the serial number. Let's go for, so this was released today, and it drops today for anybody who's pre-ordered it. Now I paid £199 for this, £189 for this, should I say. I believe it's $199 retail in America. And so that's just under £100 cheaper than the Apple HomePod. Now, I don't own one of those, but I've certainly listened to one, and they're incredible. So this kind of has, you know, got good things, big things for this, but I'm obviously, being cheaper, I'm not expecting the earth. So it's a nice little box. It's pretty tight, tightly done. The bag itself, I'm glad they put it in the bag, because that allowed me to get the box off successfully. Little carrier bag, look at that. And there we have it. The Amazon Echo Studio. Nice box, I like the colour. So it is really heavy, really heavy. I imagine that a whole van full of these things today going out on pre-order would be pretty substantially weighted down. So we've got this really lovely blue box, a little bit synonymous with as my Echo at home. I've got the tall one from a little while ago, came similar style box. You've got the big speaker itself there on display, the big sort of bass groove, as they call it, all the way through, and that allows the bass sound to hopefully come out, you know, down and then out either side. I think it's, well, now I've never seen this. All I did was I got a pop-up, got an email, I think about it 6 weeks ago, through from my Amazon account, and there was a couple of screenshots or pictures of how it would look and the kind of makeup of the speakers. That's what attracted me to it, because I do like my standard Echo, the tall arm. It's quite good sound quality, not mind-blowing, but it's pretty darn good. And I thought, instantly, I like this sort of thing. The HomePod is something that I haven't actually purchased as yet. Probably trying to scrape together and justify that much money, because I do have a Sonos or two. So yeah, and actually more and more I've been using the Echo to control all of my home tech. Now, it's been interesting because I've got the Google equivalent, the little display. I got that for Christmas a little while ago, and that's pretty nifty, and that's in the kitchen. And we've got the Alexa, which probably been there for a couple of years. Yeah, call it the Alexa, the Echo. And we've got Hue lights and Nest thermostat, so I've got a mix of everything and not really tied down to one manufacturer. In fact, we got a lot of that stuff when there was no real tie-in between the manufacturers. Now you've got the likes of Nest and Google are all kind of in bed with each other, and not Hue, but what do they call it, Hive. They started out with a thermostat, I believe, and then they've started doing the lights and all sorts of things like that. So we kind of got bits and bobs, and then started integrating it into the Alexa, and it just comes naturally now. So you walk in the house and go, Alexa, turn the lights on. Alexa, switch the heating off or up or on. You know, so we've kind of, what I've found is myself and my family have kind of gravitated more towards the Alexa side of things, the Amazon side of things. So I thought actually it'd be quite a good thing to get. Siri, despite being an Apple repair company primarily, is something that I've never got on with. And I don't know if my experience is shared, but every time I ask Siri something, it just drops dead. I mean, it's so annoying that I never use it. I've never used it, but well, not after I've just, you try and ask even the most simplest of things, and sorry, I can't help you right now, or I can't access this, I can't do that. So Siri is something that I've given up trying to use. I just think it's absolute crap. Whereas you can ask Alexa and sometimes Google stuff, and it does ping back an answer more often than it doesn't. Siri it actually tells you to sort of go do one more often than not. So here we go. So immerse yourself in studio quality music, which you're quite looking forward to. I just can't get over the weight. I actually think that is. I think that's heavier than a HomePod, but I'll have to check out the measurements. Next, the next dimension in audio: 5 speakers in one device deliver expansive spatial sound with powerful bass, dynamic mid-range, and crispy high frequencies. Nice. Hear music like never before. Okay, Dolby Atmos processing elevates your music with space, clarity, and depth. Quite like the sound of that. Adapts to any room. Automatically senses the acoustics of your space, continuously fine-tuning playback to deliver optimal sound no matter where it's placed. Built-in smart home hub. Set up your smart home without a separate hub. Okay, that's quite cool. I wonder how it will integrate with my other Echoes, probably seamlessly. So that all sounds quite good. Alexa is happy to help. Well, actually, I do agree. Echo connects to your Alexa. She makes life easier by letting you voice control your world. Excellent. 3 2-inch mid-range speakers, 1-inch tweeter, 5.25-inch woofer. That's pretty darn big. Dolby Atmos. That's quite cool. 3.5mm jack. Okay, so you can plug external audio straight in if they haven't got Bluetooth, so that's quite handy. It's got Bluetooth. Zigbee Smart Home Hub, which is something I've not actually come across, so I think that's something that I'll probably be checking out. Far field voice control. Now, actually, I've noticed that my other Echo has far field, and it's incredible how far away that can actually hear you. And what I love seeing, because it's in kind of a corner of a room, is when you speak, no matter where you are, that the blue ring goes round, and then the light blue section actually positions where the sound is coming from. And I'll never tire of seeing that, because I think that's wicked. Microphone on and off button, which I've never tended to do in my house, because I'm like, if the CIA or MI5 or anybody like that wants to listen to my conversations, they are more than happy. And if they can dig out anything interesting from my conversations, then let me know. So, right, let's go for the unboxing. You've got a little peel tab here, which is quite cool. This is the weight. The weight is something that I can't quite honestly just grasp. A bit not like my Beats headphones that have been artificially weighted for the feel of quality, but it is true, the weightier something feels, that automatically you kind of gravitate to the fact that that's going to be of good quality. So there we go, nice little, being all selfish and hiding it away there, but you peel it, pop straight up. The Amazon smile that you've got there, also kind of as far as their logo is concerned. I don't know how many people notice this, but, and it's not on here, but the Amazon with the line underneath it is Amazon, everything from A to Z, or Z if you want to call it, where you've got that starts at the A and that ends at the Z. So it is quite interesting because it's A to Z, A to Z, there we go. So it's not just a smile, but it's actually for the root A to Z. We pop these back. Every day's a school day, by the way. I do that, they like their bags. Immediately I get that, the best smell in the world. That's just amazing. Reminds me of, wow, I don't know, that's like a strangely welcoming smell. Yes, I know I'm a bit strange, but that's the smell. The smell I'm getting? Fresh cardboard, fresh cut cardboard. No, it's a bit of a basementy type smell, which I do quite like, concretey, funny smell, with a hint of glue. You can glue sniffing. No, it's got a really nice smell to it, and it's just a new smell, I think, and that again that just makes me smile. If you can see in there, it's actually got a canvas bag with what I think is a handle. There you go. So it's got this kind of it's the black material that you tend to put over mud when you're going to put gravel down to stop the weeds coming through. Interestingly enough, is quite common. You get this material everywhere. Even like shoes get wrapped in it. And there you go, you see it before I do. Hopefully in there nestled is the top of actually a really big speaker that I'm surprised how big that is. Maybe the image on the box is actually quite true. I thought it was quite wider than it actually will be, but that's probably, let's have a look, shall we? So I do like how they have bags to pull these out. There we go. Oh yeah, that smells great. It smells a bit fine glassy as well, actually. So inside there you've got not quite as amazingly boxed as Apple products, and like everything's in its place and tight and doesn't move. Already you can see there it's kind of flapping around and stuff, but you know, Celavi, you've got the power cord, UK power cord there. It's quite good that it's not one of those sort of composite ones that you end up swapping out for the plug you need. Important information, which is probably something that you never need to read, and that's the box. Oh no, hello. We need the little hello menu. And apart from that, oh, I love that. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I just do. So you've got a little bag. That's quite cool. Little shopping bag, reusable shopping bag, with a big Alexa smile on there. Alexa, from A to A. Okay, let's wheel that down. This is so much bigger than I thought it would be. And I like that. Especially when it comes to speakers. So off comes the bag. So you've got Alexa there, and immediately you see the bass. Oh yes, that feels great. That's a lovely kind of somewhere between a kind of rubbery and a plastic feel just along this bottom piece here, which is quite good. I imagine, oh yeah, it's got little rubber feet, so that's quite rubbery, but it's also quite like really smooth. You've got the Alexa smile there, and the serial number and all of the sort of Zigbee and yeah, all the official Gunfunder there with rubber feet. So imagine if it's going to vibrate itself along, you're not going to want it A, shifting wherever you place it, and B, just like resonating through whatever surface you have. So I imagine that's actually pretty key, and not just plonk there for aesthetics or whatever. Yeah, so it actually stops it from slipping. But yeah, I imagine if that was quite hard, you'd have it resonating through any sort of hard surface that you place it on. Now, you guys can see the front there. Looks pretty similar to the back if you spin it round. And but then you've got the power cable, micro USB, and the auxiliary optical input, which I don't know anything about. And you can see the 5-inch sub underneath there, the foam around the outside. You have, what, 4 buttons. So I imagine you've got the volume, which is pretty, well, you need that. You've got the, I imagine that's the mute button, and I'm not entirely sure about that one. So let's see. And then above there, you've got what I imagine is the tweeter as well, and tiny little holes, which tend to be, I guess, the microphones. I mean, you've got those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the whole directional microphone gubbins. And it's all quite nice. I mean, it's really heavy. I'm really quite surprised how weighty that is, pleasantly surprised, because that tends to mean quality in speakers. It's all covered in this really nice kind of speakery material, a bit like the HomePod. I think it's bigger than the HomePod. I will have to check and get back to you on that one. But yes, it's all quite firmly covered. You can't sort of press in and then go, ah, there's the speaker. You can't feel it. It's got this sort of really tightly wrapped feel to it, which is quite good. I do like that. And same with that top section there. I don't know if that's the mid or the tweeter, but all in all, pretty impressive with its rubber feet. Now let's have a look. Okay, so what do we have button wise? On the microphone on and off there, volume up, volume down, volume up, and the action button. So I'm assuming that is used to summon Alexa, should you be near it. Right, choose the location of your Echo Studio. Now I'm in a bit of a sound deadening booth here, so we'll try it and see how it goes. Echo Studio will automatically tune its speakers based on where it's placed in the room. Now, my Sonos did that when I first bought it a good few years ago, Play 3 or whatever it's called, and then I never used it again, but it seemed to work quite well. For optimal performance, we recommend playing Echo Studio at your preferred listening height, at least 15 centimeters from the wall, 10-15 centimeters from the wall, with clearance above and on both sides of the speaker. Both sides, there's no real sides to a circle or a cylinder, but there we go. I'm assuming it means these slots and nothing stopping it above. Download the Amazon Alexa app, which is fantastic. It's on my phone there, so I might struggle with that. Plug in your Echo Studio outlet, blah 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 blah. Set up your Echo Studio in the Alexa app. So already I've stumbled upon a massive issue, and that is I'm using my phone to record this. Mind you, saying that, I have got my iPad, so I could dig myself out here a little bit before you guys go, oh, groan. You just don't want to just see the speaker. I actually want to listen to it. And then we've got to be careful because it's got to be copyright free before I get totally thundered by, you name it, about copyright infringement, whether it's deliberate or not. Okay, so we plug it in. Nice blue ring right around the outside there. That's what I mean about the little light bit that kind of follows your voice around. And while Alexa loads, I'm going to get my iPad because I believe I've got the Alexa app on that. Guess as per everything, needs to boot up the orange bit. Interesting. Nice. That was quite immersive.
Hello.
Oh.
To continue, download the Alexa app.
Okay.
Hallo. Laden Sie die Alexa-App herunter, fortzufahren. Bonjour. Pour
Bonjour.
commencer, téléchargez l'application Alexa. Ciao. Per continuare,
Ciao, ciao.
scarica l'app Alexa. Hola. Para
Hola.
continuar, descarga
¿Cómo
la
está?
app Alexa.
Anything else? So interestingly, you can open your Alexa app like I've done that. I predominantly use it on my phone. So although the app is on my iPad Pro, I needed to log in. So I'm done that now. I've done that, so that's okay. So it's that again. That's an absolute necessity by the look of it. Flick through your right. Okay, so I've got the Alexa app. Set up your Echo Studio in the Alexa app. Now, my iPad looks a little bit different to that in these instructions anyway. So right, let's add a new device. I've just gone to the little plus sign on my app, add a device. It's going to be an Amazon Echo Studio. You can see that it's actually appeared on the drop-down menu now. And considering today, November the 7th, is the release date, that's pretty cool. Well, you'd be pretty stuffed if it didn't have that. So, is your Echo Studio plugged in and displaying orange light? It definitely is. So it's connecting that now to the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I can't get over how sort of nice and chunky it actually looks and feels. But yeah, I really do like the kind of the speaker mesh material all around it, and the fit and the actual quality of the joints looks.
Just a moment while I tune your Echo to match the acoustics of this room. Your Echo is ready.
Nice. That was very cute. So where's your Echo Studio? Well, to be honest, it's probably going to end up in my office. So let's create a new environment. Continue. Office. As I was saying, actually, the finish and the detail actually is super impressive. Okay, there we go. So it looks like we're hooked up. Yeah, it's really nice. You can't see any sort of fluff or fur out of place. All of the seams where the material is folded into is all super well lined up. And even the material itself, the way it's done, you know, you could put it in any way, and it actually looks like it's quite purposefully lined up nicely. So that's good. Same thing where it's wrapped underneath. Again, the joins are really slick, which is quite nice. I like the rubber feet. You've got a few little dimple marks in here, I think, where there must be sort of, that's where the plastic's molded, and you must have fasteners underneath. So you've got some tiny little depressions, but you know, I've got to really critique it to find that sort of thing. Sort of just under £200, or $200 I think as well. 189 pounds and $200. It's actually, yeah, really impressed, really impressed. So let's see what we can do. I say play, but what I don't want to end up doing is knocking out some copyright music and then getting all my stuff banned. So what I'll do is I will seek out some decent tunes, let you guys have a listen, and let you know what I think of it as well. And actually, Alexa, I love you.
Thanks for saying I love you. You're just as sweet as pie. Know that I'll be there for you. As always, your trusty AI.
My son loves that, absolutely loves that. And already it started playing something by Goldie, which is copyrighted, so I can't actually put it on here, but immediately I was like, wow, that sounds impressive. I've searched Spotify, checked out some copyright-free music. Now let's see what we can find to put it through its paces.
Everybody's telling me love is not as used to be, and you don't want it to. I better walk my way, let the hundred voices fade, better the way I do. Here I am outside your door, trying to collect my thoughts, spending words from yesterday. Oh no, and I can lose my mind every time when you're around. I have so much to say.
That's impressive. I must admit, really like that. I think all these genres are going to be quite similar. You feel it though. You feel it through all this. It's pretty cool. There goes. So I'm Neil at Spark Angels. And that was my unboxing of the Amazon Studio. And I must admit, I'm super impressed with everything, to be honest. Definitely worth, I mean, just under £200, just under $200. The weight is what really has caught me out and caught me by surprise in a pleasant way. The bass is, for my listening as well, I really like to be able to turn the bass down and not have to constantly wind it up and not get enough. So I'd rather have too much than too little, especially when you're in a larger area or there's a bit of background noise where the bass just gets lost. And I hate that in cars as well. So I'm pretty pleased with the bass aspect. And it actually, although it's a bit artificial, and I quite like to get this into the open office or at home and test it out a little bit more, and I'll come back to you guys and post some videos on how I'm getting on with it. So like and subscribe to the channel to follow my progress. But yeah, without a doubt, I actually am really impressed at their offering, I must admit, and can't wait to put this through its paces. I also know that, reading in between the lines, this can double as the kind of stereo or the surround sound for your TV. I guess that's probably, I don't know if I can hook that up to my Sky Q box at home, but I'll definitely have a look to try that. And yeah, definitely look forward to putting this through its paces at home and at work. So I'm Neil at Spark Angels. Thanks for watching my unboxing. Check out some more videos to come. So I'm Neil at Spark Angels, and thanks for watching my unboxing of the Amazon Studio, and thanks very much, Amazon, for the free hat. Oh, got my nose stuck. No. Oh. Well, the screen printing could be put the other way, couldn't it?